The whole nation was in shock yesterday after an incident happened in 𝙒𝙗𝙗 where a 32-year-old man called Peter Keegan came back to life after he had been presumed dead. The incident happened at 𝙒𝙗𝙗 Sub-County Hospital in 𝙒𝙗𝙗 on Tuesday night. According to the reports, mortuary attendants were getting ready to embalm Peter Keegan's body when they noticed some movements. They informed the family members immediately. The villager is reported to have collapsed while at home before his family took him to the hospital. The Daily Nation reached out to Peter and his brother, where Peter spoke to the media for the first time since waking up. Speaking to the media while still in bed, Peter revealed he was not aware of where he was when he was unconscious.
Nilijipata nikiwa sasa vile nikapata nimepasuliwa hapo hivi. Kwanza nilisikia kitu linanichoma hapa. Alikuwa amewakisha moto. Kanichoma, unaona. Nikauliza kwani hapa ni wapi? Nauliza hapo jana. Akasema akapete. Akaniambia ngoja kidogo tu nakupea dawa. Kaambia hii kitu inanichoma. Akaniambia bana ngoja tu.
Sasa una feel aje? Unahisi aje? Ilikuwa 5:30 asubuhi. The patient has been unwell for a short while. So jana asubuhi akafaint. Penye alifaint, tukatafuta gari tukamleta yeye hospitali. So on process ya kumleta yeye kufika kwa casualty, juu ilikuwa first aid, ingefaa kupewa first aid. So kufika kwa casualty tukaambiwa huyu mgonjwa wenu ashakufa, mpeleke MORGUE, na daktari ndiye alisema hivyo. So tukampeleka MORGUE. Kufika pale tukamweka kwa machela, alafu akachukuliwa ndani. Kufika ndani kuna hiyo upasuaji yenye inafanywa hapa kwa mguu, ndio family niwekwe ndani, hizo preservatives zisipitie. So mgonjwa wetu akakatwa. So kukatwa akapiga nduru, ndio ujungu yenye alisikia. So MORGUE attendant akamuita, akakimbia kwa casualty kumuita daktari ndio amuelezee jenye imefanyika. Daktari akaja, alafu wakamchukua mgonjwa wetu kwa casualty. Sasa yako sawa, mgonjwa wetu anaongea vizuri, anakula vizuri, na ako in a stable condition. We thank God.
My names are Dr. 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙘𝙗, the medical superintendent 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗, and here seated on my left is Mr. 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗, the hospital administrator. Okay, I would like to give you information about a patient who came yesterday. He's a 32-year-old from 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗, Bureti constituency, 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗 County. The patient was brought by a relative thinking that he had succumbed. They came at around 5:30, and when they in the hospital casualty, they found they were told to wait so that the body can be certified, because the relatives say the patient had succumbed. So the clinical officers who were in casualty, they had 4 patients. They had patient with epilepsy. They also had one who had diarrhea, and they also had one who had RTA. So they were very busy. So they told them that we will certify immediately. So the relative thought that the clinician were taking their time. So immediately they took the body to the mortuary, body in quotes, because actually the person was alive. Reaching the mortuary attendant, before he puts the patient to the the mortuary table. She noticed that the patient was still alive, so she called the people who are in casualty to come and resuscitate the patient, because they actually was in a very sick state. So immediately the clinician rushed to the mortuary and started resuscitation, and the patient was brought back to the casualty, that is the emergency unit, and they started resuscitating the patient for about 2 or 3 hours before the patient came back to consciousness. Then after that, the patient was taken to the ward, and right now he is doing well. He is far much better than yesterday, and I hope in the next few days he is going to be discharged. This is a patient who had had chronic illness. From the history the clinician took, he had been attending several clinics, so when he was brought, he was 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙘, wasted. So I think that is the reason why the relatives thought they had succumbed. So the only thing we would like to tell the members of the public is that they should be taking the relatives to the hospital early enough, so that medication can be instituted, and also they should also be following the regulation and policies of the hospital, because before anyone is taken to the mortuary, it has to be certified by a clinician. But for this case, they are not being certified. But lucky enough, we had a qualified mortuary attendant who noticed that the person was still alive. Thank you.
My justice will. My justice. Magina leggi tangun asibitala umidan biki wata.